This is Racelet's IndyCar Podcast. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sydney.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Racelet's IndyCar Podcast. I'm Fred,
I'm Sydney.
and we are just going to continue along with this extremely busy month of racing in IndyCar. We're going to talk about last weekend's doubleheader of races at Iowa, and we're going to preview this weekend's race in Toronto, north of the border, back in Canada. An awesome spot for IndyCar to be. But Sydney, so glad to be back here with you.
Yeah, Dad. It's so good to be back talking IndyCar. Busy month of July continues with our next race being in Toronto. But let's start by recapping what happened last weekend at Iowa.
What happened last weekend at Iowa? We had two races. We had the Synk 275 followed by the Farm to
Finish.
Fresh Farm to Finish 275,
Yeah.
which was the second race of the weekend. And if you tuned in to our last show, we had it last Friday just as IndyCar practice for Friday's session was canceled due to the tornadoes in the area. So that just meant that Saturday was going to be an extremely busy day of racing.
Oh, yeah.
We had an early morning practice followed by qualifying
And
then the race just after that. And then in between all the IndyCar sessions, you had
Indy
the
NXT.
qualifying for Indy NXT and the Indy NXT race. And before we even start talking about the race in Iowa for the IndyCars, Sydney, tell us what happened in the NXT race this weekend.
Yeah, huge congrats to Miles Rowe for becoming the first black Indy NXT driver to win a race.
Yeah, first African American
Mm-hmm.
to win an IndyCar race, IndyCar NXT race,
Mm-hmm.
and a big congratulations to him. I know that he's had a little bit of a friendship and partnership with Team Penske. They've been very supportive of him in his career, and that's great to see. And then maybe that'll be a sign of things to come for him that he can build off of, and then someday we'll see him maybe in the Indy 500, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Sydney, no practice on Friday.
Mm-mm.
We had practice Saturday. Anything eventful during the practice session?
No, I don't think so. Pato spun out coming out of the pits, but that was about it. Not much happened. Practice.
No, not on practice, but big implications during qualifying
Mm-hmm.
as one of the favorites, and he had won the race, one of the two
Right.
races in Iowa last season. Scott McLaughlin with a crash during qualifying. So what did that mean with him crashing out?
That puts him starting P27 for both races.
So
Starting at the back of the
he
field.
had to start in the very back of the field for both races. And just to let you guys know, the way qualifying works, so Iowa is a short track oval. And it's not like Indy 500 where you have the different sessions of the qualifying. Here at Iowa, you had two timed laps. Your first lap qualified you for first race, and then your second lap for race 2.
Yeah.
And this has been an Indy-dominated track in the past. Joseph Newgarden having won here 6 times. You had both Penske cars of Will Power and Scott McLaughlin win last year. Joseph swept in 23. So it was really no surprise that we were going to see Penske have a great weekend, and maybe the weekend that finally Team Chevy was to pick up a win, having been shut out so far this season. So Sydney, any big surprises in qualifying session 1? Who came away with pole?
Joseph Newgarden.
What?
He finally got his pole. Yeah.
Did you see a big monkey lifted off of his back after, his pole sitting?
Yes and no, because he's starting the front, but it's not a win or like a good result yet. So I think it was a step further to where he needs to
And
be.
that's kind of expected out of Joseph,
Yeah.
too. He expects to be the best there. And we'll talk about what happened in race number 1 in just a moment. So any other big surprises as far as qualifying session went? How did Will Power do in his qualifying? He was up there towards the front as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Will had a good qualifying result as well. He started P7 in race 1.
Okay. And any notable surprises out there?
Well, huge congrats, huge job by Connor Daly. He started front of the field with Joseph Newgarden in
Wow. So
P2.
he finished in second in qualifying, starting on the
Mhm.
front row. And like I said, we both kind of felt that way after the last show. Is our
Yeah,
predictions were, I think this is a race or races
he can do
that
good.
Connor Daly could really excel at,
Yeah.
possibly win. Um, Odds are we could maybe see him on a podium as well.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the podium part didn't pan out for Connor, but he still had a tremendous race weekend. So yeah, Joseph on pole for race 1. Sydney, who won pole for race 2?
Well, I mean, kind of no surprise for this season. Alex Palou was on pole for race 2.
So Alex Palou, how did he do in his first lap in qualifying in the first session?
Not bad. He started P4 for
So
first
fourth.
race.
So he was able to make up more time on
Yeah,
his second lap and
way
was
faster.
faster.
Yeah.
So Alex Palou wins pole, and that's just an extra bonus point
In
to
the
add
championship.
to his championship standings. So a great job from Alex winning pole again. Just incredible
Yeah.
what he is just doing this season. He's winning poles, obviously winning
Winning
races
races.
like a madman. Felix Rosenquist also a good
Yeah, starting
qualifying
3rd.
session in the second one. And Joseph uh, started a few spots back in the field race to start race 2, but
Mhm.
uh, that didn't really have a factor, as we'll get into that. So Joseph Newgarden, your pole sitter, race 1. Sydney, let's start with how race 1 began.
Well, to no surprise, Joseph Newgarden made his jump to um his lead in the front. But the bigger story of this race was his partner, his teammate, Scott McLaughlin, and how he was doing.
So Scotty starting 27th. He was the first one to take the high line
Mhm.
on the track, which in years past, I think there had been more cars that had taken that path. Not so much this year, but Scotty was the first one to do that,
Yeah.
starting 27th. And it was like a man on fire the way he was
Oh
just
yeah.
weaving his way through the
It was
field
incredible.
of cars.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Scott McLaughlin finishes fourth,
Of
moving 23
23 spots.
spots.
That's insane.
That is completely insane, you know. And you have Joseph leading
Mhm.
for 200
And
plus
third, yeah, 230 something laps.
laps. He was on pace to possibly lead every lap of this
Yeah, and
race.
win. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was doing a fantastic job. Will Power also having a phenomenal race.
Mhm.
Connor Daly at the top all day. Pato O'Ward and Alex Palou.
Mhm.
Those were your main 5 guys, really, that
Yeah.
were up towards the front the
Mhm.
entire race.
Yeah.
And really, everything was going
Joseph's
Joseph
way.
Newgarden's way.
Yeah.
Um, what happened later on in the race?
Yeah, well, your current second place guy in the championship, Kyle Kirkwood, actually had a right tire um front failure, and that sends him into the wall and crashes.
So he's second place in the standings coming into the race. He makes contact with the wall, and his day was over quite early. So he really had no
Yeah.
chance to capitalize on any points. In fact, he fell a little bit further in the standings. Same issue happened race 2 with both Andretti cars, where
Yeah.
the right front wheel or whatever it tire fails, and it's almost 3 identical crashes
Yeah.
every time. And 2 of them, like we said, will happen in race 2. We'll talk about that in just a second. But Joseph, just pure domination.
Mhm.
It was just a matter of time whether he was going to end up just winning this thing. One nice thing about this race is that for the first 2 pit stops, they were all made by every car in the field under
Under
yellows.
yellows. Yeah.
So really no track position was lost by Joseph
Mm-mm.
at all during those times. And
And
that's
that's
what,
how he kept his
he
lead.
kept his lead. He had passed, I wanted to say maybe 21, 22 cars in on the field. He had lapped down that many cars at one point in the race. He was outstanding out there. But this is where everything changes for Joseph. He decides his final stop, he's going to come in under green conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman in second place,
Pato O'Ward.
what does he do?
He stays out a lap. And so Newgarden goes in, and he actually has a bobble on one of his tires, so that causes him to go a little slow.
Yeah, the left rear tire changer with a little bobble putting the new tire on. That millisecond really
Affected him.
affected Joseph's outcome in the race, I
Yeah.
believe. So Pato stays out a lap or two later, undercuts, and as Pato is coming out of the pits, he comes away
In
ahead
front
of
of
Joseph. And Pato O'Ward, on his 100th career race, takes the
The
checkered
win.
flag from a race that was dominated by
By-
Joseph
yeah.
Newgarden.
He finally
And he
reached that.
finally got one up on Joseph.
Yeah.
He had finished second place to him a handful of times.
Yeah, who knows how
I
many.
think Pato's win at Iowa, Joseph finished in second as well. So that has happened once before where Pato's won and Joseph coming in second. But for so long, it had been Joseph with the upper hand.
Yeah.
Pato O'Ward, huge win for him. Huge win for Aaron
Chevy.
McLaren. Chevy gets a win, and that puts Pato back into second place in the standings. And
Yeah.
check this out. You have Joseph Newgarden finishing second, Will Power third, and Scott McLaughlin fourth. So Penske, for the first time all season, showed up, manned up, did what they were expected to
Yep.
do. It did everything except for come away with a win. But wow, great job.
Good race for
That
them.
was an awesome race.
It
I thought that
was.
was a really good race. No serious crashes, anything like that, except towards the end of the race. And let's get into that with Nolan Siegel.
Yeah, huge crash for Nolan Siegel. I think he just got too high in the marvels and spun and then had a huge impact with the wall, actually causing the race to go red.
Yeah, it did go red. Nolan walked away from the crash, but was unable to race in race two. So Arrow only fielded two cars in the second race. Nolan Siegel was checked out and he had concussion symptoms.
Yeah.
He would then be reevaluated later in the week. And Linus Lundqvist, who was scheduled to possibly be a fill-in for him for the race here this weekend in Toronto, will still be on the sidelines as Nolan was in fact cleared to race this past Thursday. So Nolan will be racing in Toronto. Yeah. But your current champion and race leader, Alex Palou, he finishes fifth. So he was still up there, still was able to get some points. So after the first race, your standings were Alex and then Pato and then Kyle Kirkwood, I think, right?
Yeah, I think he still remains in third.
Okay, so those were still
guy
top three.
We should talk about in this race is Christian Rasmussen.
Okay, Sydney, I swear that this guy he is magical.
He is.
I don't know how he does it. He is the most erratic driver.
He's crazy.
He's crazy, but he
in a good way though. Like
he just loves to race. You can see he knows how to go fast.
Yeah.
He is a little bit crazy. He's bumping out there. There was some good radio chatter going on saying, "Oh, he hits you, you hit him."
Yeah, hit him back.
And what's really caught me off guard is how Christian makes his way through the field. It's almost like he begins the race with some kind of an issue.
The best, I feel like.
No, he doesn't qualify the best, like you're saying. So he started in the back of the field these races, and he's kind of not in the picture until all of a sudden he's right there.
He's in the top
2 top 10s.
Like what?
For him again this weekend. He's really turning out to be a really
he's done really
good
well
on ovals this year. Great job by Christian. I could have sworn he was a lap down, but the next thing I know, he was like in 8th place. Or 6th or whatever it was.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, he had the fire in the pits, and he still managed a third place
still managed
spot.
Yeah.
Awesome job. Thanks for bringing that up. That was Christian Rasmussen. A phenomenal job as well. So You have Pato winning his first race of the season.
Finally.
We've been calling it
Predicted
for
that
so
one.
long, and I don't think you called him to win one, or you may have. I was on the
Oh,
Penske
I
guys.
was, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're cheering at home, cheering on for Pato. Pato Mania is back,
Patomania.
brother, and yeah, so exciting. So that just meant we have a whole nother race to go
To look forward
on
to.
Sunday, and Sunday, a little different as far as the race goes. You had Alex Palou starting up front, and he led
A good
a
amount of
good
laps,
chunk of this race as well.
Mhm.
Any surprises moving up through the field this time around, Sid?
Jacob Abel. This was towards the end of the race, but he had his best career finish, race 2.
Where did Jacob Abel finish?
He ended up finishing P11.
11th place for Jacob, and the biggest thing for him is he completed he finished the race. So those are just more laps under his belt.
Yeah.
A great job for him. He kept his nose clean. He kept the car clean.
Especially after a crash race 1.
Yeah, and his teammate Rinus VK, who
Finished right
crashed
behind.
in qualifying as well, didn't he? Or he had an issue.
Yeah,
he started in 26
yeah.
for both races. He moved up into the field,
And finished right
moving
behind
up,
him, yeah.
10 plus spots in each race as well. Awesome for those guys. Like we said, Scott McLaughlin started 27th, and he was looking to do the exact same thing as he did on Saturday. He had already moved 4 car positions on the first, was it the first?
The first lap.
Still. And Devlin DiFrancesco
ruins his day once again.
Yes. For putting it politely, Sydney. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're not a fan.
Oh, no.
And that's agreeable. And that's how I think a lot of people feel as well about Devlin DiFrancesco.
Yeah.
We're not going to spend too much time on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, second time he's made an incident with Scott McLaughlin. Scott McLaughlin had a bullet of a car again.
Yeah.
He was going to charge. I think he was set for a podium. The Gallagher baby blue car as well looked gorgeous on track, and his day was done. Scotty a little ticked off at that fact, but he knew he had such a good car. Happy with the result he got from race 1, especially how hard all of those Team Penske guys worked to get his car ready in just a couple of hours from qualifying on Saturday to be in race condition and then be so successful. So big shout out and props to Team
all
Penske,
those guys,
the Thirsty Threes, everybody on that team, and as well as all the other Penske teams as well. So Joseph Newgarden again making a move through this race, and he was looking like he was potentially in line for another win.
Yeah.
So first type pin stops come around. Joseph is one of the first to pit, and he pits under green conditions. And just as he enters the pits,
it goes yellow.
It goes yellow. It was like Chip Ganassi sitting there in the booth with a button that he just presses. I said it a couple of weeks ago. He's like a witch doctor, sticking needles into the voodoo doll. And again, this time it was that Andretti car again. Marcus Ericsson, right front failure, crashes, brings out a yellow. An extreme missed time of a pit stop for Joseph. So everybody else in the field pits under yellow. So Alex still remains in the lead. Joseph has to fall to the back of all the cars in the lead lap.
Yeah.
Basically.
So he's still lead lap.
Not. Connor Daly and Pato O'Ward also on the same strategies that Joseph had in this race, pitting under green conditions. Those 3 cars were fantastic on Sunday. And the race continues. Alex and Joseph still fighting. Joseph, I believe,
he gets the lead
at one point.
Yeah.
And comes in again for pit number 2.
2.
And what happens? Yeah, it was his second pit. No, third pit. I'm sorry.
Third pit because Pato and David also went in. And again, when they go
push the button,
it goes yellow again. with another Andretti.
Another Andretti, right front failure.
Yeah.
Colton Herta hits the wall. And Joseph and David and Pato had all come in under green.
Mhm.
So they have to go back to the back of the field again. So now
they're all
Alex, Scott Dixon, Marcus Armstrong, and a few others are all ahead of them on this final restart. It was a restart that was a 15-lap shootout.
Yeah.
So it's 15-lap shootout. Joseph is going to be starting in 7th as it goes green. I think Alex was still in the lead, possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
And on that restart, Alex Palou takes off and he rides that last restart all the way to victory lane, picking up the win. His second oval win of his career, second of the season.
Yeah, who would have thought?
More championship points. Yeah. But it was those cars of Joseph Newgarden, David Malukas, Connor Daly, and Pato O'Ward who were so good. Just unfortunate.
And David and Pato were able to work their way up back to the top 5. So they ended up finishing 4th and 5. But Joseph was not, and he finished like 10th.
Yeah, Joseph, I don't know what happened, if he had just gotten caught up in the dirty air on the restart, the traffic, but he was pushed back. Joseph ended up finishing in 10th.
Yeah.
Really disappointed at how his day had ended. It was looking so promising. I mean, you really couldn't have predicted.
But yeah, what are the odds that right
2 of the same type of cautions come out as he's in the pits?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, we're talking seconds.
Oh,
within seconds of time there, and really, had he been able to pit with everybody else, I think that he had the car again to possibly win this race. David Malukas was also very
by him,
good on Sunday. Good for him. Not so much for his AJ Foyt partner over the weekend. Santino Ferrucci, after having a few all those top 5s in a row, not a very good weekend. Andretti's weekend was miserable. So Alex Palou wins race 2, the farm to finish, 275. Teammate Scott Dixon comes in second. And Marcus Armstrong, Meyer Shake Racing, who was part of Chip Ganassi Racing last year, finishing in 3rd. So that was your podium.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It was a good podium.
I didn't expect Alex to come away with this win. It was just those yellows and how the restarts came and went.
His favor.
And it's just when things are going your way, everything just seems to go your way.
Yeah.
And props to him getting those championship points. So
yeah,
he's still well ahead in the lead of the season.
Yeah.
Pato O'Ward is now in second place again, leapfrogging Kyle Kirkwood. And now in 3rd place is Scott Dixon.
Yeah, Scott Dixon now sits 173 points behind Alex.
173. So that's doable, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so, maybe.
Something could, Scott would have to win races or finish it in the top 3, and Alex has to DNF in the bottom 3 cars every race to make it a fight. I think I heard a statistic that said Alex Palou has already eliminated 20 cars of the 27 in the field in terms of championship. And I'm thinking if Alex has a good weekend this weekend and can increase his point total, there is a possibility mathematically that he can clinch at Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going for that because we are going to be there.
Yeah,
how cool would that be to be there and see him earn that championship? A season that is just incredible. 7 wins on the season in 11 races.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's 3 wins shy of tying AJ Foyt with 10.
Yeah.
Incredible. He's won back from tying from the last person, I think, to win that many races in the season, which was Sebastian Bourdais with 8 in a
Yeah, he's
season.
almost there.
So incredible job by Alex. Really fun weekend.
Yeah, I love
A
doubleheader.
lot of racing compacted into a short amount of time because you had
Yeah,
morning
2 days.
practice, qualifying, evening race, and a morning race the following morning. So a lot
Yeah.
going on there. Want to say that after everything transpired and as the teams were leaving the track, there was an incident that had happened with the Juncos Hollinger car hauler for the number 77 of Stingray. Rob had actually caught fire
Yeah.
and caused some damage to the rig and uh, some other stuff. So on top of it being such a crazy and busy month, then you have all of that to go with it. You're traveling from Iowa en route to Toronto,
Yeah, you're
which is a
driving.
trek. And then, then you go from Toronto all the way
West
to the
Coast.
West Coast in California. That is so much. I
That
don't
is
think enough credit
goes to those guys.
goes to the men and women who work on the pit
Yeah.
crews and work on the teams that have to do a lot of that grunt work, the driving,
Yeah.
the loading and unloading of cars and parts and things like that. So big shout out to all of those guys. They worked their butts off.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was a group effort to get them back up and running. But
Yeah. They're
wow,
all good.
yeah, Iowa was good. Fun races. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this weekend at Toronto now,
Me
Sydney.
too.
This race was dominated by the Andretti's last year.
And
Colton Herta coming away with a win, and Kyle Kirkwood, who's been
P2.
so good on the street courses as he's proven this year, came in second last year. So, good chance that those guys could
Yeah, I
have
think it's
another
gonna be an Andretti
good weekend.
Yeah.
An Andretti weekend. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
calling that too. I think Penske's will be back and they'll have a good weekend. Remember what happened last year with Alexander Rossi, his crash. He ended up breaking his thumb,
Yeah.
ended up having to miss the race, and then Teo Porcher gets an emergency call. He's overseas
in France. Just got back.
And he gets that emergency call saying, "Hey, you're filling in on the number 7 car. Get your butt over here." So he flies 8 hours, whatever it was. I think we were tracking him on the flight app too, because you're a huge Teo fan, and he's your crush. And yeah, then we tracked him on the train. And just a lot of travel just to get into Toronto and everything like that. But
And then go straight into qualifying.
yeah, I think a lot of good stuff's going to happen this weekend. Qualifying tomorrow is going to be big.
Yeah.
And from what I saw today at practice and what I cannot say about Iowa is the fans. There were tons of fans in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to very little in Iowa. They had undersold by over 5,000 for each race. Now, a lot of discussion was as to whether or not it had to do with Hy-Vee not being the main sponsor anymore. They would put on the concerts. It was a big summer extravaganza. You were there for 2 races. Now, did they not, advertise it enough? I heard from a few people that Iowa Speedway did little to no effort as far as promotion of the race. But you still got to think there's going to be IndyCar fans and fans that do this annually that come to the track. But yeah, that was a lot of empty seats there.
A lot of empty seats.
That brings up the discussion as, what happens now with Iowa? Will they take the doubleheader away? Will it become a single race?
Yeah.
Some guys are hoping it becomes a night race. Like one night race. That'd be pretty cool. And then you go back to a doubleheader at Milwaukee or Gateway.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Instead, if you're gonna do double headers, put
Yeah.
it at
At
one of
least.
those
Yeah.
two tracks. Yeah, that was kind of disappointing, but the fans really turning out in Toronto. The autograph sessions were
Long.
packed to see these
Yeah.
guys, and rightfully so. You know, it's their one time a year that IndyCar comes to town, and
Yeah. As in
it's
Canada.
awesome.
So.
One day, you know, I'd like to be able to go there. Maybe next year we can
Yeah.
check that off of our bucket list.
Yeah.
But yeah, just incredible. So to sum up, Iowa, we're kind of back to
Where we
where
were.
we were, but
With
just
the
had
wins.
2 races go by. Alex still in the lead with roughly the same total lead
Yeah.
because he and Pato, a first place and a fifth each.
Yeah.
So really no point, 1 point more. Actually, I think, yeah, 1 point
Yeah.
for
Because the
the
pool.
pole, and I think Alex picked up another 2 points for leading the most laps for
Oh
that
yeah.
second race. So he gained maybe 2 or 3 points over Pato. But yeah, I think it's really coming down to those two, honestly.
Mhm.
Still, you know, we've got Toronto,
Mhm.
Laguna Seca, Portland, Milwaukee, and
Milwaukee,
Nashville.
Nashville. That's the end.
So yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of racing to go still, but at
But
the
also
same time, you're
not.
like,
What do you mean
it
it's
could be
done next
over.
month?
It
Yeah.
could be done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish it was as long as like an F1 season.
Yeah.
Add like a few more street courses or a couple more ovals or something like that. Make it
Yeah.
a 20
Yeah.
race
Make it like an
season,
even number.
a couple of races each month just to keep us
Yeah.
busy. It's so slow, you know, in the off season.
Yeah. 6 months is a long time.
It is. It is. No news as far as the Will
Will
Power
Power.
situation,
Yeah.
um, but he seems to be in good spirits. Um,
Yeah. I don't.
I think
I think
I
he's gonna
honestly
stay.
think that Penske and Will are going to come
Yeah.
to an agreement.
I
And
don't see why they wouldn't keep it for at
no,
least a year. Another one.
one more maybe you
Yeah.
think? Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
People still on the fence with Joseph Newgarden. You have the
Oh
people who
yeah.
are on his side. You've got the haters. I think after what happened this past weekend, though, people are starting to feel for him a little bit more. Like I
Yeah.
told you before, this is something that we've felt, you and I, and we've talked about. It's more than what's just going on track. It has
Yeah.
a lot to do mentally and physically,
Oh yeah.
and we just hope, you know, everything is
Everything's
good for
good with him.
Joseph. You
Yeah.
know, we care about you, Joseph. We hope you tune in, listen to our show. We'd love to talk to you when we get out to Laguna next weekend.
Yeah.
Uh, really looking forward to that.
Yeah. So
We're gonna have to
excited.
put out a show a lot earlier
Yeah.
next week. We have some stuff coming up during the week before we leave town. So maybe Monday or Tuesday we'll put a
Yeah.
show out. Anything else that you want to talk about? Anything that no?
No, I don't think so. I think
Have
we
you made your
covered it
grid
all.
rival picks already for the week?
I have. I have a good chunk of my team. I'm missing like one
I had a
person.
good weekend. Saturday I had a
I had a
really
good show.
good. I had over 820 at 829 points on Saturday.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
basically had the same guys on Sunday and Scott McLaughlin
Depends.
crashing
Yeah.
out, and then I also had Will Power. We didn't talk about him,
Oh
but
yeah.
race 2 ended early for Will. Um,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I had those Penske guys. If they
Yeah,
could
I
have
did too.
finished, I think I would have had a much better Sunday result. But who do you have on your roster so far for this weekend,
So
sis?
far, I have Pato, Colton Herta, Christian Lundgaard, Scott McLaughlin, and David Malukas. So I just need one more person.
You need one more person, and how
Yeah.
much
I have 14.
money do you have? Okay, so who do you have? Who can you afford? Who's the most expensive drivers that you can afford?
Mm, Graham Rahal
Okay,
is the highest. Yeah.
yeah, Graham might not be too bad
Mhm.
uh, here in Toronto, but again, you know, we have seen some pileups and some crashes
Yeah.
at this
A lot
track.
of
I think
bench
last
drivers.
year Graham was able to avoid a big wreck,
Yeah.
reversed his car out,
Yeah.
and was able to go through the little side road there.
Yeah.
And bypass that pileup because that was pretty nasty. A bunch of cars caught in
Mhm.
that. So we'll see. Can Alex do well again? I don't know. I do have him on my team. My team is compiled of Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, Colton Herta, Scott McLaughlin. He is my star.
Mhm.
I have Louis Foster and Stingray Rob. One of these days, Stingray Rob is going to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be this weekend. Didn't look
Yeah.
too good in practice today, but tomorrow and Sunday
see.
are 2 new days, so
Yeah.
maybe something can happen. Stingray, I've never seen him without a giant smile on his face.
Yeah.
So I love to see him, do pretty good. If I can get a top
15.
15 out of him,
Yeah.
and if he
You'll
can
be
finish higher than daily, then you get those extra
Mhm.
bonus points
for
for
being the
being the
highest.
highest
in his
finisher
team.
amongst your team. So
Yeah.
that'll be pretty good. Go ahead. Before we wrap this up, let's go over your podium predictions. I know you hate doing this.
Okay.
It's one of two people every week for you, Sid. It's either Alex
Pato finally got his
or
win,
Pato.
so
So Pato did get his win. Who are you going with this weekend?
I'm gonna go Colton for
Okay.
win the race. I think Kyle can come away with the podium too, and I want to say Lungard.
Yeah.
He's won there before. I think he can have a good result.
Lungard, he did win. Was
Yeah.
that his first race?
Mhm.
His first win?
Shaved the mustache.
Yeah, he did. His first win
Yeah.
came in Toronto. Shaved that little
The
mustache he had on him.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that is growing a mustache that Will Buxton could shave off if they can get a win? I don't know.
Foster?
No, I think he already shaved his off. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see any mustaches flying off this weekend. I'm going with I'm going to go with Kyle Kirkwood to win this race. He's going to make things a little bit more interesting in the championship. He's not
Maybe bump out Dixon.
out of the water yet. He's going to jump back into either second or third.
Okay.
I think Alex Palou is going to come away with a top 5.
Yeah.
And I am going to say Scotty Mack
Okay.
finishes in second.
Okay.
And Colton Herta in third. I'm going Kirkwood, McLaughlin, and Herta. That's my podium, folks. You've heard it right here.
Yeah.
This is a live recording at the time on a Friday evening in Southern California. So if that comes true, you've heard it here first, right?
Yeah.
Any shout outs you want to say to anybody out there? You've been busy making your racelets.
Very busy.
We've got a ton of those to pass out when we meet all the good people in Laguna. So if you are going and would like to have some racelets made,
let us know.
Let us know. Shoot us a DM on either Twitter at Racelets Podcast or on Instagram at Racelets IndyCar Podcast, and continue to listen to the show. We're having so much fun doing it.
Mhm.
It's gotten a lot better as the years gone on.
It has.
And we love everybody's support. Please like and share if you're on YouTube, and you can also listen to us on Spotify. We gave our shout out to Taupe Soaps the weekend before, but again, if you go to taupesoaps.com,
get yourself a Pato head.
Get yourself a Pato head. Yeah, soap. Those smell pretty good.
They do smell good. Yeah.
Which one is your favorite? I like the green one. Was that the cucumber?
I like the lemon one.
Really nice, refreshing soaps.
Yeah.
Awesome job. And I don't know what else to say, Sid. Have an awesome time. We're going to watch this race this weekend. Maybe we'll make what's a good Canadian food? I don't know how to make poutine. I'm not going to make that.
It's just French fries and gravy.
I know it's just French fries and I haven't been to Canada. The closest I've been is Minnesota. But I have had Tim Hortons. That was in Minnesota.
Oh,
I mean, we've got Krispy Kreme. I can get Krispy Kreme in the morning and just write Tim Hortons on the box.
That's true. We'll make do.
Some maple syrup to go on some pancakes and a couple of Molsons, and we'll be fine, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We're done rambling. We'll see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.